Welcome to Channel 18 News. I'm Jim Rogers. In a press release late Monday afternoon, Justice of the Peace B.J. stated that over 20 warrants for tampering with government documents by public servant and credit card abuse have been issued for Letty Dolores Jasso, a former part-time clerk in the Hopkins County Justice of the Peace Office, Precinct 1. The charges are the result of a regular internal office audit of court records. After discrepancies were found, and following a complaint from an individual, the cases were turned over to the Texas Rangers. Justice of the Peace Tier stated that Justice of the Peace clerks are held to a high standard. He says he and his office are cooperating with the Texas Rangers and want to see that everything is handled in the right way and taken care of. Jasso has been sought for 2 weeks and is considered a flight risk. They're at it again. A KSST listener called to say that his elderly neighbor was almost the victim of a scam that involved false information and an individual purported to be an IRS representative. Thanks to the individual who called KSST, a former member of law enforcement, the neighbor was informed that he was being scammed. The call from one stating that they were with the IRS demanded that the elderly man get a money card and pay money owed. The neighbor had been asked by the man to take him to a place where he could purchase the card. The neighbor called the number given the man and confirmed his suspicion that it was a scam. Remember, the IRS will not call and demand money unless you've already been contacted by mail with several mailings, including certified mail. If you receive a call requesting that you pay immediately, hang up. Each year, the IRS releases the top 12 scams known as the Dirty Dozen. The schemes range from simple refund inflation to technical tax shelters. At the top of the list, taxpayers should watch for fake emails or websites looking to steal personal information. And number 2, phone scams. Phone calls from criminals impersonating IRS agents remain an ongoing threat to taxpayers. Here's Don Julian with sports.
First, a news story. The Wildcats marching band was out on their practice field Tuesday morning working on fundamentals. I talked with Wildcats band director Spencer Emmert.
Well, today we had this beautiful weather. We thought we had a few other things planned today, but we thought we needed to take advantage of this great weather, so the kids are out marching. We're getting a head start on the fall season. It's been awesome. We've had just a great start to yesterday. We had our 2-hour orientation. Had some everybody showed up for that. Had a great 2 hours of getting to know each other and the group bonding. And then today we've been outside since 8 o'clock, and man, it's just going awesome.
One of your band assistants has a special talent here, and he's sharing it with his band.
Yes, we had Rothman Taffel, one of our other assistant band directors, spent all summer working with Phantom Regiment Drum and Bugle Corps. And those that may know about DCI, it's kind of what they call marching music's major league. So it's the major league of marching band, so to speak. And he was a teacher for them all summer, and so he's come back with a few new ideas, some new techniques and things for just the marching aspects of things. So we're excited to get to implement that this year and make a few small changes to our fundamental regiment that I think will really help us in performance and in competition, both.
Later today, I guess they'll get band uniforms and everything. It's
we're getting our uniforms assigned today, which is kind of a neat, always a fun time for the kids. Exciting to get their uniforms all checked out to each kid, and then we start our full regimented 8 to 12, 1 to 4 tomorrow, and that goes up till school basically. So we've got lots of good time together, and we're excited for what's to come this fall.
How are your numbers? About what you expected? Or?
Yeah, we've had great numbers of attendance percentage-wise. It's been great. You know, I've just been blown away at the faithfulness of the kiddos here, and the enthusiasm and the momentum in the band program in general. Coming off of kind of a tragic spring, I wasn't so sure how all that would play, but boy, it's just turned out to be great.
Who are the drum majors for you this year?
Our drum majors this year are Peyton Baugh, She is actually a first-year drum major. She'll be a senior though. And then Braden Fisher, also a senior, this will be a second year as drum major. He was one of our assistant drum majors, I think, here last year. So those are drum majors. They're great leaders, and we have an exciting fall planned.
In sports, during Wildcats football season ticket week, Tuesday is the second and last day for current season ticket holders to renew their seats or lose them. Tuesday morning, just before 11 a.m., I checked in with season ticket coordinator Lynette King. This is day 2. How's business today?
It's been very good, very steady. Yesterday we did about 60% of the renewals, and then it's been very steady today.
Is 60%, is that more than usual?
It's about what we usually do.
And I guess it's getting to the area of courtesy calls now.
It is. We're going to try to get as many done this afternoon as we can, but because there are still so many that have not come in yet, if we get a big rush, then we'll get as many of the courtesy calls done as we can.
Yeah, because you don't want anybody to forget. I know
right.
When I was making the news beat, occasionally I would tell somebody, and they were, they'd be doing something else, and holy cow, is that this week?
Yes, that's right.
So very important, though, if they don't want to lose them, if that's not their intent. So.
That's correct. That's the main thing. We've had a few that have come back and said, well, I don't want all of my tickets. I want some of them. So we'll have some tomorrow morning that will be available. So
I'm curious, which one's the bigger morning for the people out there? Wednesday when they're seeking upgrades, or Thursday when they're trying to get their foot in the door?
It depends on the year. Last year it was about the same, Wednesday and Thursday, but typically Wednesdays are the bigger day.
So you're looking forward to that tomorrow. There's usually, I'm sure, they open that front door and there's a line.
Yes, and it depends different years. I mean, sometimes we'll have 10 or 15 tickets, and then sometimes we'll have close to 100. I never know until, we close the doors on Tuesday afternoon how many we'll actually have. And then sometimes we'll have people lined up, 25 people, and then sometimes there'll be 100 people lined up. So
the main thing in order to be part of the upgrade, they need to renew first.
You have to renew first. If you do not renew, you lose your seats, and you are no longer a season ticket holder, so Wednesday is immaterial to you.
Yeah. Xavier Cork, a 6'9" power forward who will be a senior on this year's Wildcats basketball team, has received a second college scholarship offer. UT Tyler made the offer on Monday. Cork has also received a scholarship offer from Texas State in San Marcos. Wildcats basketball coach Clark Cipolletta told KSST recently that Cork has also attracted the attention of Louisiana Tech, Stephen F. Austin, Sam Houston, Princeton, and West Point. And Wildcats football camps got underway Tuesday. Camp for boys entering the 3rd through the 8th grade was first, followed by a special football camp for entering freshmen. I talked with Wildcats football coach Greg Owens. How were the little guys this morning?
It was good. It was a fun morning with those guys. We started at 8 to 10 with 3rd through 8th grade, and 40-something showed up for that camp this morning. So, I mean, it was good. Kids had a good time. They left sweaty and had a good time, still smiling. So that's our whole thing there. Teach them some fundamentals, teach them some technique. But big thing is have fun out here. So I think we accomplished that today, day one.
You got a 9th grade camp going on.
Yeah.
That's important to you.
Oh, yeah, really important. These guys, really, this is the start of their football season, really, because, I mean, we're really instilling in those guys, this is the way two-a-days is going to be, and so we got them broken up in their groups. We already know these guys from middle school, and so some of their bodies have changed. Some of them have been here with the Edge with us and did a great job this summer working through all that, so we're starting to build relationships with those guys and get to know them better, and so right now it's pretty, right behind me right now, the offensive line's going, so Coach Offit, he's really technical, so they're getting a lot of technical technical teaching right now, and hopefully all that stuff carries on as we continue to go in the year and it progresses and all that. So we're just treating this just like a normal football practice, and so we're just rolling. So we'll do 3 days of this, and then what's unique this year about 9th grade UIL, if you did spring ball, you're allowed to start your freshmen a week early. So because they didn't go through any spring. So that's been a big change for UIL. So these guys will actually start their, quote, 2-a-days or fall camp. We'll start it next on the 6th. And then our 10th through 12th graders, because they did spring, they don't get started until the 13th. And so, you know, it's good stuff. So it allows us as varsity coaches to spend a lot more quality time with these guys and help our freshman coaches understand and give them more hands. And it's just more of a training deal as well, too. So we use this time, this camp, and then 2-a-days. Also, we've got some new hires. And so it's a good time for us to break those guys in, and they can understand and see how our varsity coaches want things taught. And so we really teach that as a teaching time and just as a clinic, a coach's clinic for them. And kind of then, so what happens here day one, varsity guys do day one, 9th grade guys do day two, then we turn over junior high guys for day 3. So everybody's kind of teaching and taking the lead and doing all that. So we're excited about that and how that progresses, and we're moving forward with it.
What kind of schedule will you have next week with these guys? They're going to go all week? Or?
Well, because of our in-service and all the stuff we're having to do with in-service, it'll be in the evening. So we're going to make that thing pretty simple and pretty easy. So these guys, just like when we start our 2-a-day stuff, it'll all be start at 5 p.m. So we'll go from 5 to 8 or 9, depending on the age level and all that. And built into all that, it's not always grass time. It'll be meeting time. It's weight room. It's walkthroughs. There's all kinds of stuff going on with that. But that's our time frame. So it's simple for everybody, and it's pretty consistent. So this day it's not changing all the time. So I think that's easy for parents and everybody else. And it'll be in the evenings too. So kids like that, they sleep in a little bit.
The young guys camp, we'll get back to that for a second. If they missed today, can they?
Yeah, come on, show up tomorrow. Yeah, get in here. I mean, we want them here just to get them introduced to it and all that kind of stuff. So just come on with it and come find me. We'll get them signed up and going. So that camp starts at 8. We ask our freshmen to come in at 9:30, and we really want all our freshmen here because, I mean, it's a big advantage, I think, when they're here, just because next week we're going to keep progressing. So they don't want to try to start over and try to catch up. It's a little harder.
Very good.
Thanks for watching Channel 18 News. Have a great evening.
And 4. And 1. Again. We go up to set. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. And 1. Again. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. And 1. Reset, shake it out. Now, remember, I described this motion as an escalator. You're moving up and backward at the same time. A lot of you're going up and back and separating moves. You're going up the elevator and out. This is not an elevator. This is an escalator. Yes? Do you know the difference? Sure. You know the difference? Sweet. Okay, make sure you're moving up and back at the same time. Not going up and back. Okay? Those are 2 different moves. Again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Again. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Again. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Again. Good balance. Can you challenge yourself to take a little bit bigger of a step? And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Again.